Okay, so thank you so much for coming on today. And it's been a pleasure getting to know you briefly just before we started. And I am looking forward, Christina, to learning more about you and about your business.
Well,
So,
thank you for having me here, Megan. It's
yeah,
a pleasure.
thank you so much. So, first, I really just want you to tell our viewers about your business. What is it that you do? Who do you serve? Just kind of like high level. What is that about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I am a financial coach, and really what I do is I help empower or create financially confident women that can grow their savings and just reach their financial goals faster. Many times, women are coming to me either with wanting to get out of debt, they're just in debt and they don't know the best way how to get out, or they work hard for the money, but they realize at the end of the month that their savings account has very little to show for it. And so really, I just come together to help them learn about their values and their goals and really craft a plan that's going to help them again achieve their goals faster. And oftentimes, as a financial coach, people automatically think, oh, well, you're a financial advisor, which I am far from that. Financial advisors, they sell, they're looking more on investments and retirements, focusing on your money's behavior in the future.
Mm,
Whereas I
mhm.
focus on an individual's behavior with money, helping them to feel confident managing their daily side of their money
Oh,
now.
nice. I like that. Yeah. And so, I mean, that really kind of answers my next question was going to be what is so misunderstood about your industry? And, is there anything else that you would like to elaborate on that idea?
I think many people don't realize that they can actually get support for their daily money. Again, most people think of their finances, investments, and their future, and they feel that for right now, either they should already know how to be good with money, or that well, I should have known this already. So if I don't know it by now, then I will never
Mm,
be good. This is all that I know. So just realizing that there is that support now for individuals to get that help individually and personalized. There are a lot of financial gurus out there, and sometimes they might just teach a one size fits all approach when it comes to finances.
mhm.
But as I tell my clients, personal finances is strictly that, it's personal. There is
Yeah.
not a one size fits all approach. And so for me, I'm here to support my clients. I want to learn what's important to you. What are your values? What are your goals? And let's make that work with your income that you have. Let's find what's important to you. Let's make that a part of your plan.
I love that. Yeah, definitely focusing on that individuality and that
Yes.
personability is, I think that's, yeah, you nailed it. That's my experience as well, is just really kind of honing in. So what inspired you to start this business?
Well, going through, I guess, the financials myself, my husband and I were raised with really good financial principles. So looking back, I didn't feel that we needed to budget. I felt like budgeting was restrictive. It's like, oh,
Mm.
budget's restrictive. But so we had some debt, but we were always paying it off every month. Plus, we had extra, and then we had a emergency savings account. So it's like, yeah, we don't need a plan for our money. We're doing good. But we had a small period in our life where we did have to rely on our emergency savings just for a few months. And at that point, I realized, you know what, I really want to make sure that I'm managing this the right way. And
Mhm.
so looking into that more is when I realized that by us not having a money plan, that's what I call it now. It's like budget with restrictives. I call
Yeah,
it a
I
money
like
plan.
it.
By not having that money plan, we were really leaking our hard earned money for years. And it's
Mm,
not that we have to be restrictive with that plan, but it's just simply telling our money where to go instead of wondering where it went.
I love
And
that.
so I started looking into, okay, if I myself could have benefited from this, how can I help others benefit? And creating a budget too was, I experienced some frustrations and defeatment because oftentimes I would create a budget for the month or a money plan, and then it would never go according to plan. Things would
Mm,
pop up, expenses that would just random, and it would just throw me off, and I would feel so defeated. It's like, oh, I can't do this. Why is this so hard to learn?
yeah.
But after doing some more research, I found a different approach. That's like I said, there's not a one size fits all approach,
Yeah.
but I found a different approach at looking at our money, not just like your regular expenses that you have every month, but getting more of an aerial view. Okay, what
Mm,
are my regular expenses? What are my daily expenses? What are my annual expenses? And
oh,
really
nice.
craft utilizing all of that to craft your money plan. So instead of experiencing the highs and lows like a roller coaster, where some months you come in under budget, the months you're like way off, it's how
Yeah.
do we average that? How do we make that even and
Mm,
smooth to reduce as much of the stress as possible around our finances? So once I learned that system, then I knew, I'm like, I have to share this with others. I want to help
Yeah.
others to feel confident in control and reduce as much stress as possible around finances.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, absolutely. And definitely I just see so many needs for that, especially right now with the economy. And I think there's more up and down happening for a
Yes,
lot of people. So
definitely.
having a plan and having some systems to put in place for your finances, personal or otherwise, yeah, there's definitely a lot of benefit for that. So what would you say, we're gonna like shift gears a little bit.
All
So what
right.
would you say is a big mistake that first time entrepreneurs make? And what qualities do you think every entrepreneur possesses? So kind of a two-part.
Yeah. So I would say maybe the biggest mistake is possibly giving up early, because it is a
Mm,
lot of work to start a business. So I think for even me, for myself, I'm happy that that I haven't stopped because it's like it's
yeah,
been 2 years for my business and I'm not at where I
nice.
thought I would be per se,
Mm.
but I realize that every step along the way is getting me to where I want to be. So
Oh, nice.
obviously, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? It takes work for that.
Yeah.
But and then realizing that the biggest thing that we do need is that support, is finding others either in the same steps where you are, somebody that's just starting, that you can support and encourage each other, but also others that are more experienced, that have
Mm,
gone through it, that can mentor, that can guide you, because you can't do it alone. And for
yeah.
entrepreneurs, in a sense, we are alone if we're starting our own business, but we're not alone with the support and the guidance and mentorship that we can get from others. And you really
Yeah.
need to have that community there to help keep you focused, to help you remember why you're doing this. And then also to realize that, again, you see others with their success, but it's taken them some time to get there. And so you realize, like, I can do that too.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, absolutely. And I do feel like support is such a big piece of really how entrepreneurs do become successful, just like you said, it can feel really lonely if you allow it. And you
Mhm.
are, by yourself when you're first starting. But yeah, definitely stepping in and finding those key people or those
Yes.
connections that you can make.
Yeah. And it can
Yeah.
absolutely, like in your same industry is important to have, but then also outside of that too. Like, I'm so privileged to be a part of an amazing group of other financial coaches that have mentored and supported me. And then we have a large group that we're a part of, and then we have smaller like mastermind groups. And that
Mm,
just
mhm.
helps, again, that we're not alone, but then
Yeah.
also meeting others, individuals such as yourself and many others in different fields, but yet we have that support there for each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, it's just that community feel of
Yes.
really that's what kind of pushes things forward and keeps us going when we're like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? Why
Yes.
did I do this again? Why did I say yes? It's like, remember?
Yeah.
Sometimes we need those reminders, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And then the second part is what qualities do you think every entrepreneur should possess?
Just really the desire to help others, right? I mean, we are starting a business that we truly believe in, and it's because we want to help others accomplish something, achieve something that either we ourselves have experienced, and either we had some struggles and want to help others, or we just want to see them improve somehow in life. So it's really that desire to help and support others.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely. So, what would you say is the biggest challenge that you are facing in your role, and how are you tackling it
So challenge as far as, let me ask more clarifying, what I do for others or more for myself
for
in my
your
business?
business?
Just really, I'm going to say really finding who we can support more as far as like networking. I
Mm,
don't want it to, try to find, okay, who are my ideal clients in front of, and then how
mhm.
can I not just come into the relationship where it's like, oh, how can I benefit from this? But
Yeah.
no, how can I support you, as a business owner? How can I support your clients to better the relationship with you? Because
Okay.
again, I don't ever want to come from the stance of like, what am I going to get out of this? How can I get more clients? It's no, how can I support you? How can I help you grow? And in return, how can I help your clients return to you with, improve finances so they can either invest more, or so that
Mm.
they can purchase that home, things of that sort. Is just really identifying, yeah, the best networking partners for me with that.
Nice. And then what steps have you taken so far to kind of like answer that obstacle?
Yeah, it just pushing myself to speak with individuals in a variety of fields. And then recently digging more into my ideal clients, like what are their pain points, what are they experiencing, and taking myself out of the equation. Because
Mm,
oftentimes we think, well, I would say that my clients would be in this struggle or this pain point, but those are my viewpoints. But then, okay, putting myself in their shoes, why would they say this? Why would they say that? What are they experiencing that's causing this feeling? And then at that point, now it's like, okay, well, for somebody in that particular situation, who are they talking to? Like, are they working with a CPA, or are they working with a divorce coach, a business coach? And where are they at? Why are they
mm,
speaking to these individuals? And then, presenting myself in front of those, trying to network and grow that relationship more so that we can all support each other with that.
nice. Yeah, like that. So, how do you prioritize and manage your time effectively? I know that's
I'm
always like a
always
thing
working
for
on that.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah, always working on that. But I definitely find that sitting down in the beginning of the week and identifying first what do I absolutely have to get done in my business. And then also, even once I identify what needs to get done, looking back and seeing, okay, which of those are actually going to be the best return of investment for me,
Mm,
at this moment. There's always going to be the list of I have to do this, I have to do that, but what's going to generate more business for me in the moment or help me grow my business more at that time. And then putting
nice.
those as a priority first.
Yeah.
And then after that, then I can put in all those other things that I feel have to get done, but might not be as urgent.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So, if you were to give any advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Whew. To continue to dream big and to put those dreams into action. And
Mm,
again, it doesn't happen overnight. So recognizing that I'm not going to expect, the success to happen overnight in that sense to see, but to know that the impact that I have on others, and that as long as I continue down this road, that I will continue to impact many others. And so, yeah, just keep going.
nice. And so, for you, when it comes to this idea of leadership, like what does leadership or being a leader mean to you?
Just being able to empower others. So for me personally, that is empowering them financially, but finances touch so many aspects of our life. And so just being able to, again, empower them or help them to feel confident with their financial decisions, that they can be there with their family, getting their finances in order. That might mean less time having to work per se, or even having to devote that mental time to other things. And so just empowering them to feel confident with their decisions and to make their values and their goals a reality for them.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. And I have one last question.
Okay.
So, along this entrepreneurial journey, what have you learned about yourself?
Whew. I feel for me with this specific aspect of my journey as a financial coach, I've seen my dedication for something that I truly believe in, because I've had the privilege to work with just about 100 clients over these last 2 years. And I've seen
Nice.
the impact that I've been able to have on them, not just financially, but with reducing their stress, improving their marriage relationships, improving their work productivity, so much that it's been able to improve for them. And that's just been impactful for me to keep going,
Mm,
and to recognize again that when it's gotten tough and at times where I just feel like I can't do this anymore, that drive continues to keep me going, just the impact that it has. And
mm,
yeah, I've just learned that even when the going gets tough, that this is something that's deep down in my heart and my
mm.
desire, and this is the rest of my life for me. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I've learned that. I feel like this is my, yeah, what I love to do, and I don't want to do anything else about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can definitely see that because you just light up when you really speak into that. And you've said impact, a few times throughout this interview. And I can see how that's such a big, piece of why you do what you do. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure sharing that, and yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so, so much again for coming on and doing this interview and just sharing a little piece of yourself and really why you want to continue doing what you do. And I cannot wait to support you further and see where you grow from here.
Well, thank you again. It was a pleasure to be here. I look forward to growing our relationship more.